What's going on, guys? So today we're having a quick discussion on my keys. My key setup has changed again, and the only reason really was because I wanted to make it smaller and lighter. So what happens is it's just a vicious cycle. You know, I get a cool piece of gear or whatever, I throw it on the keys, and I get another one, I throw it on the keys. Eventually the keys get fat, I unload it, and then the keys are just comfortable, but guess what? I get more gadgets. And that's what I love doing. I love trying different gadgets and stuff. So ultimately what I end up doing, believe it or not, is I put on the dedicated county com screwdrivers, okay, which it seems counterproductive because I took a bunch of stuff off, but I do like these a lot. All right, so I put these back on to carry on there for a while. All right, I'll talk about what's on there right in a second. What I ended up taking off was the key, the color rubber pieces that basically identify what key is what. I kind of know what key is what. I left two on there, just because those are two keys that don't get used as often. So I think it's just more important for me to know what those are. But anyway, the other things I took off here was the HEA Designs carabiner. I really, really like this thing. All right. The only reason I took it off is because I want to go with a smaller setup. That is it. If I wasn't continuously testing out gear, this would probably be on my permanent setup. I just really like this a lot. These were kind of limited, like all the HEA design stuff, but I really did enjoy it a lot. I just took it off again just to move forward, to give room to try other stuff. Besides that, I also took off my ever so loved miniature razor blade. I got this in a Going Gear EDC club. I know some of you guys are going to comment exactly what it is because people are going to want it. I don't recall offhand what it is, but basically it's a folding razor blade. It has a utility blade on it. There's a better close-up of it. Now the purpose behind having this, you might wonder, well, Jeff, you always have a bunch of knives. I do, but I almost never have a knife on me that is this pointy and that acute. So the idea behind it was, well, no matter what knife I have on me at any given time, I'll always have a little tiny scalpel blade. Since this has been on my keys, I only used it one time, and that was to get a splinter out. And I have to say it worked beautifully to get a splinter out of my pinky. However, it does not get used very often, and I will still carry this, but not on my keys. What I decided to do is I'm going to put this in my one of my EDC pouches that is in my vehicle. So it'll always be in my vehicle, all right? It just won't be on my keys. So it's still an extremely useful tool. I still really love it. It's just not going to constantly be in my keys because I just found that I was not using it all the time. All right, so that is being officially retired, as is that. Now, as far as what's left on my keys, I still have this pry bar, all right, on the keys. Obviously, just put on the County Com dedicated Phillips head driver and the flathead driver. I still have the Olight I Mini, which is super cool for a keychain light, so you just pull that off real quick. You can see there, the I Mini. All right, so it magnetizes and shuts off. That has never fallen off at all. Just want to leave that note. I have an air tag on there in case I need to find my keys. I have a key for my lockbox. I have a handcuff key, and then I just have actual keys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The only thing I may change in the future, and if I do, you'll see it in an EDC update, but I either have to get a larger split ring for my keys, or I'm going to go back to using one of those cables. All right, so actually, let me grab one. I have one close by. This is what I'm talking about right here. They make these in a bunch of different sizes. I don't think I have a smaller one than this. I kind of wanted one of those smaller. I want to like in between what this split ring is and how big this is, but this little thing unscrews if you haven't seen this before. All right, just unscrews. And obviously fish all your stuff through there and screws back down. All right, so it's nice and secure, but it allows a little bit more movement, all right, because it's going to be a bigger loop. I just don't know if this is too big, you know what I'm saying? But I may switch over to something like that, either something smaller than this, like this, or just a bigger split ring that's heavy duty. Just because as things start, accumulating on the keys, it just gets crowded. So it's a little harder to move each individual item. But not the end of the world, not a big deal. But yeah, this is being retired, that's being retired. This is going to stay, I like this a lot. This is going to stay with me as an option in the future, so I can always switch back to it, or I could possibly use it for other gear. And like I said, this is actually going to continue to get used, just it's going to go into a pouch in my vehicle. So it's still always accessible, but I don't necessarily need it on my keys every day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's just the EDC key update. Let me know what you have on your keys. I know most people will just say, I have a key, like normal people. What's wrong with you, Jeff? Why are you carrying all this crap? Well, I enjoy it. You know, people say it all the time, like, that's such a waste of time. It's so much weight. Your pants must be around your ankles. My pants are not around my ankles. All you need is a decent belt. But look, I get it. If you're watching these videos and you weigh like 115 pounds and you just have a wallet, which is a minimalist wallet, I'm sure, maybe one credit card and 3 bills, and you just have a key fob with your house key on it, cool. You know, to each their own. But I've always been a big dude and I've always carried a lot of stuff. Even when I was in school and I didn't have a gun and knives in school, I had a ton of stuff in my pockets. Always. I always had filled pockets. I was always prepared, just in different ways. So it's really not a burden to me at all. I know some people, they really are shocked by the idea of carrying like 3 to 5 pounds worth of stuff everywhere. Like that would be life-changing for them. But for me, it's part of my life. So it's really no big deal at all. But anyway, that is it for now. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.